Good morning, second grade. We've got a lot of phonograms to review for our words today, so let's get started. All right, our first phonogram is ch, k, sh. What are you going to write? Good. Ch, k, sh. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is, or that phonogram? What is it? Good. Ch, k, sh. That's our ch, k, sh. So if you didn't have that, write it and say it while you write it. All right, our next phonogram is ah that we do use at the end of English words. What are you going to write? Good, ah that we do use at the end of English words. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram, class. What is it? Good, ah that we do use at the end of English words. All right, our next phonogram is ow, oh, ooh, What are you going to write? Good, ow, oh, ooh, Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, ow, oh, ooh, All right, our next phonogram is the of her. What are you going to write? Good, the of her. Say it while you write it. I know most of my in-person students know that one now. I hope I have no way of knowing if I don't see you, but I hope most of you know earlier of her by now. All right, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, the of her. All right, that's everything we need for our words today. Let's go ahead and review a couple of our newer phonograms, because I don't want us to not have those memorized just because they're not in our words. All right, so our first phonogram to review is r, two-letter r. What are you going to write? Good, r, two-letter r. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, r, two-letter r. This is our r, two-letter r. All right, so if you didn't have that, write it and say it while you write it. All right, our next phonogram is I, three-letter I. What are you going to write? Good, I, three-letter I. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram, class. What is it? Good, I, three-letter I. We haven't done that one in a while. This is our I, three-letter I. So if you didn't have that, write it in. Say it while you write it. All right. Our first word today is age. What's the word? Good, age. My two best friends are the same age. Age. All right, class, what sounds do we hear in the word age? There's just two sounds, A, J. But, let's see, so we've got two things going on here. Our A is A, so how are we going to make it say A? Good, we need silent final E, job one. That's going to do something else in our word because our J in age is G, J. Class, what lets our G, J say J? All right, we don't have this one as much as our C rule. G followed, so just listen first. G followed by E, I, or Y may say J. Remember that may is different. It doesn't have to. All right, let's say it all together. G followed by E, I, or Y may say J. All right, so since we've got our silent final E job 1, it's also going to let our G, J say J. All right, one more time. What are we going to write for the word age? Good. And which J is it? Good. G, J. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. A. Next. J. Which J? Good. G, J. And good. Silent final E, job 1. So make sure yours looks like this. So for our silent final E, we always put the first job that it's doing. So the first job that it's doing is job 1, making our A say A. But which other job is it doing? Do you remember? It's making this say J. All right, the job of silent final E, so it's silent final E, job 3 lets our C say, or makes our C say S, and our G say J. All right, so it's also doing job 3, but we put the first job. So does this need a marking? Good. How about this? Good. And this one? Good. We're going to double underline our silent final E, job 1. Oh. All right, class. I think before what I had us do was put a 2 on top here. Right, we don't do that for C because it always says S with E, I, or Y after it. This one doesn't have to, so that's why I had us mark it. All right, and that'll just help us remember when we're reading our word what to say. Good, age. All right, the next word, let's do a review word because we might have had this word last year. All right, the word is store. All right, it's a 2-way word though. Do you remember how we say it to spell it? All right, we say stower. Kind of have to bring that O sound out so it doesn't sound like it's or. So stower. What sounds do you hear in the word stower? Good, and our O is A-O-U. How do we make it say O? Good, silent final E, job 1. So write the sounds in stower and say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. S, T, O, R. Good, silent final E, job 1. We want to say stower because otherwise if we just say store, we're going to write that, right? We're going to leave that off. So that's why we say stower to help us remember we need that E there. All right, does this need a marking? How about this? This? Good, this? Good, this? All right, mark it. Let's read our word. Good, so to spell it, we say stower. When we're talking though, what do we say? Good, we say store. All right. Our next word is the word storage. All right, class, what's our word? Good, storage. When I moved, I had to put my furniture in storage to start with. Storage. All right. So let's see, this word is kind of tricky because our base word is this, and then we're going to add a vowel suffix. Our vowel suffix is this. All right, so to say storage, to spell storage, we would say storage. How do we say it to spell it? Good, storage. And actually, I guess we should say storage. Yikes. All right, so listen one more time, storage. All right, how do we say storage to spell it? Good, storage. But if we remember this base word and this vowel suffix, our work is pretty much done for us. All right, how many syllables are in storage? Good, 2 syllables. The first one is our base word, but. Our base word ends with a silent final E, job 1. Now, if we want to add a vowel suffix, let's stop. What's a vowel suffix? It's a suffix that starts with a vowel. So any suffix, any ending that starts with a vowel is a vowel suffix. So anytime we're adding a vowel suffix to a word that has a silent final E, what do we do to that silent final E? Good, we drop it. All right, so let's write the first syllable stower, but drop that silent final E. All right, now our vowel suffix, we say edge when we're speaking, but to spell it, we say, good, age. And it's just like, so this is a word, but it can also be a vowel suffix. All right, so go ahead and write this for your second syllable. We say age to spell it, storage. Thank you. If you're saying the sounds, will you write them? All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. Good. O. R. Good. Syllable break. A. Good. J. Which J? Good. G. J. And good. Silent final E. Job 1. All right. Make sure your word looks like mine. It's our trickiest word of today. All right, does this need a marking? How about this one? This? Okay, remember we always mark it to honor our base word. So since we had silent final E, job 1 in our base word, are we gonna mark this? Good, and how about this? Good, this? Yep, this. Let's do this marking, so to help us out when we're reading it, and this one. Ooh, so many markings. All right, pick up your pencil and mark it. All right, let's read our word, class. Good, so we say storage to spell it. What do we say when we're talking? Good, storage. All right, so storage. All right. Let's not worry about the thinking cap in the first syllable. All right, our second syllable, we say age to spell it. We say edge when we're talking. What's gonna get our thinking cap? Listen, age, edge, age, edge. It's this one, isn't it? All right, let's go ahead and put that on there. All right, let's read our word one more time. Good, so to spell it, we say storage. When we're talking, we say storage. All right, our next word is chop. What's the word? Good, chop. I will chop the vegetables for the soup. Chop. What sounds do we hear in the word chop? Good, ch, ah. Say those sounds, will you write them? All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good, sh. Good, ah. And good. Does this need a marking? Good, how about this? This? All right, mark it. And let's read it. Good, chop. All right, the next word is saw. What's the word? Good, now this one is a homonym, so I could make different kinds of sentences, but it's spelled the same way, so I'll say, I used the saw to cut the firewood. Saw. Class, what sounds do we hear in the word saw? Good, we're going to use aw that we do use at the end of English words. Which are we using? Excellent, aw that we do use at the end of English words. Say the sounds in saw while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. Which ah? Good, ah that we do use at the end of English words. Does this need a marking? How about this? Good, all right, mark it. And let's read our word. Good, saw. All right, our next word is hammer. What's the word? Good, hammer. Hammer is a two-way word. To spell it, we say ham-mer. All right, listen one more time, ham-mer. Class, how do we say hammer to spell it? Good, ham-mer. Oh, so it's different because we hear that consonant in both syllables. All right, what's our first syllable? Good, ham. And our second syllable? Good, mer. Let's see if we can do the whole word at once. All right, what sounds do we hear in the first syllable, ham? Good, our sounds are ah, How about our second syllable, mer? Good, We're going to use the of her. Which do we use in ham, mer? Good, the of her. Say the sounds while you write them. Remember your syllable break. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. 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 Syllable break. Good. Which Good. The of her. All right. Does this need a marking? How about this one? This? All right, wait, don't show me anything yet. Put your hands down, just listen. All right, because we'll see this all the time. We haven't seen it too much. When I say hammer, do I hear this? No, I don't. So it's silent, but wait, I want us to know why it's there. Class, what does this do? Why is it there? It does something to the syllable. What does it do to the syllable? Good, it closes the syllable. That keeps the vowel from saying its name. All right, otherwise, if we didn't have this, it would be hamer, and that is not a word. All right, so this is silent. How do we mark silent letters? Excellent. Does this need a marking? How about this one? Good. All right, pick up your pencil. All right, let's read our word. Good, so to spell it, we have to say what? Good, to spell it, we have to say hammer. When we're talking though, what do we say? Good, hammer. All right, our next word is pound. What's the word? Good, pound. Well, this one you might remember from math and weighing things, that pound has two different meanings. All right, but let's use it in the sentence as in, I will pound the nail with my hammer. Pound. All right, what sounds do you hear in the word pound? Good, our sounds are p, ow, n, d. All right, Now, if we think back to ground and another word that I can't remember right now, whenever we have ow and then nd, we always use the same ow. So in pound, it's going to be the same one that we use in ground. Class, do you remember which ow we use in ground? Good, we use ow, o, oo, That's what we use anytime we have the ow, n, d sound. All right, so in pound, we're going to use which ow? Good, ow, o, oo, All right, write the sounds in pound. Say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under that first phonogram, class. What is it? Good. Ow, which ow? Good. Ow, o, oo, What's next? Good. And good. D. All right, make sure your word looks like this. Let's mark it. Good. All right. Let's read it. Good, pound. All right. Our last word for today is axe. What's the word? Good, axe. The woodsman used the axe to chop down the tree. Axe. Class, what sounds do we hear in the word axe? Good, our sounds are axe. All right, but we have a silent final E. It's our job 6 class. That's our odd job E. I don't know. So it's there because in the past it did something. They needed it for something. I don't know what that is. All right, but to spell axe correctly, we have to have this silent final E. Job 6. It's our odd job. All right, so go ahead and don't forget that silent final E, job 6. Right, axe, say the sounds while you write them. Right. Actually, I just checked and it's there because remember, they used to not like to have main idea words like nouns and things like that be only 2 letters. So they wanted to make it longer. So they added silent final E. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in axe, class. What is it? Good. Good. X. Not finished. What do I need? Good. Silent final E, job 6. Does this need a marking? No, it's saying its first sound. It's not job 1. Does this need a marking? How about this one? Good. We need to double underline our silent final E, job 6. So, of course, we'll put a little 6 next to our double underline. Let's read our word, class. Good. Axe. All right, those are all our words for today. So I'll see you in our next video.